Hi guys, I really hope you're doing fine whenever you are. And in today's clip, I just want you to watch this clip by a Jamaican lady. Yeah, she has really came out and exposed and said the reason why Chinese people are leaving Jamaica. Kindly watch this clip till the end, and then I'll be back with more comments.
The Chinese man say then done with Jamaica. They are finished with Jamaica. Then they pack them bag and go away left Jamaica. They don't want to have nothing to do with Jamaican people anymore. Then they pack up them businesses, them grandparents, everybody where they are Jamaica. Then they left everything. So, if you want to hear my thoughts and opinions on what these Chinese people have to say, please keep on watching your girl, cause I got a lot. So I was reading a news article in the Gleaner where they say the Chinese shun Jamaica. So I'm gonna say some of the direct things that they said in this news article. I don't agree with the title because Chinese can mean anything. They need to be more specific. But the Chinese businessmen and women of Jamaica that lives in Jamaica, that works in Jamaica, said then they left. Then can't bother, then leaving. So the Chinese man that they were actually interviewing says while some business are still operating in Jamaica, they're investing in migration plans. So they're still working and collecting Jamaican dollars and selling the Jamaican people what their stuff, their products, and making money. But they're also having a backup plan. They're also getting all the money they can get from out the Jamaican people to migrate to somewhere else. The Chinese community is heavily targeted by criminals. They get robbed at gunpoint very often, hostage situation, and tied up at home. The Chinese had a meeting with JCF, and JCF is the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The superintendent relating to crime problems because they were on the verge of closing down all businesses in Jamaica. So the man that was being interviewed saying that the Chinese community is heavily targeted by criminals and they were on the verge of just giving up all their business and just closing everything down and leaving. And that's when they actually had a meeting with the superintendent about crime and violence in their community. And next, the Chinese said the Chinese Mr. or Mrs. Chin is disrespectful. Cultural differences with Jamaicans are more outgoing and enthusiastic. Most Chinese leave in the retirement age because they don't feel safe. They don't feel like the healthcare system is going to be beneficial to them in the long run, and there's no benefit to paying taxes. So they can pay taxes and they won't get any benefits when they retire, basically. And they don't feel welcomed. So let me put on this. I wrote down everything that I said. So the Chinese people say that they're done with Jamaica, they are left, they don't feel welcome, the cultural differences is affecting them and all these things. So hi, hello. Did the Jamaican people ask you to come to their country? That's the first question. Did we ask you to migrate from China, Japan, any Asian countries that you belong to, or even America? Did we ask you to come to our country and open up businesses in our country? No, we did not ask you to do that. So if you leave, you will leave at your own free will, because we never invited you in our country, and for real, we don't need you in our country at all. It's full time now. Jamaica stand up on their own 2 feet and start go back to farming yam and dashing and cassava and all these things, and talk make these Chinese people feeding dog, coat, dog, rat, cat, horse, and all these things. Okay, so The Chinese people saying that their cultural difference is a big issue, and the older Chinese people are more stuck in their ways and they don't understand the Jamaican culture because we're more enthusiastic, we're more outgoing, and they're a bit more laid back, conservative. If you're going to a country and if you're going to be doing business in a country, it's up to you to change. It's up to you to adapt to that country so that your businesses will survive, so that you can make surplus of your business. It's not up to the people to change up and fix up for your benefit. No, you were the one that went to Jamaica. Now you're the one that needs to adapt. And if you Chinese people that are in Jamaica would actually integrate yourself in our communities, actually get to understand Jamaican people instead of having your little communities outside of the Jamaican community, having like a Chinese area and then you have like a Jamaica area. If it's migrated into the Jamaican areas and actually try to understand Jamaican people, maybe you guys would feel welcome. Maybe you guys wouldn't be targeted. And it's very wrong that criminals are targeting them. It's very, very wrong. Nobody should be targeted, especially if you have a business. That should be a benefit to a community if somebody opens a business in a specific community. So, my thoughts, the Chinese people need to integrate into the community, and if they want to feel more welcome, they need to understand that we have cultural differences and we're different people, and they're the one that's supposed to change and adapt when they come to our country, not us. And to the Jamaican people, to my Jamaican brothers and sisters, full time, it is full time that y'all start planting back on a cassava, start raising a hog, cow, and all these things, because these Chinese people are feeding you rat, cat, dog, horse, donkey, and all these things without you knowing, without your consent or your knowledge. So then they feed you all sorts of foolishness. They're fucking up your body, fucking up your digestive system. We have enough fucked up shit that goes through our digestive system every day. We don't need people to be falsely impersonating chicken and fish and all these things and giving it to us, okay? It's full time now. We start go back to old Jamaica, farming Jamaica, and stop depending on these people, because Jamaica depend on these Chinese people for their imported products. We need to be importing products out of Jamaica, not importing them back into Jamaica. We need to go back to the old days where importing food and stuff from Jamaica was a big business, okay? And honestly, the Chinese people talking about they don't feel welcome and they don't feel this and they don't feel that. Why are y'all still in Jamaica? Y'all are still making money. Y'all are still milking our communities for everything it has. So you talking about y'all leaving and you're making up migration plans is a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry to say it, it's a bunch of bullshit, because if you guys didn't feel welcomed, if you guys felt like our cultural differences was such a big issue and it wasn't beneficial to you, y'all would have left a long time ago. So all that BS that you're talking about is all BS, because y'all have way more to gain being in Jamaica with your businesses than you have to lose, okay? Y'all make a lot of money out of the Jamaican communities each and every day, and y'all don't put any of it back into our communities. Y'all put it into your communities or send it back to your native land, to China. So what Jamaicans need to do is support people that is Jamaican, that putting back money into our communities, investing in our communities. And I don't know how many videos I have to say where Jamaican people need to start investing in their own. Chinese people talk about how them left and then they do this and they do that. if we were investing in our communities, making our own products, going back to the old days on farming and all these things, we wouldn't need any Chinese people to be in our country to provide any products at all, because we would still have our factories, we would still have manufacturing, and we would still be importing and making a lot of money importing products out of Jamaica. And that's what our people need to get back to. So that's my thoughts and opinions on this story. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell me in the comment section what you think about these Chinese people talking about them at left Jamaica and they appear criminal, they target them, and the cultural difference. They don't like people call them Chinese, Mr. Chin and Mrs. Chin. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section, and tell me if you think Jamaica needs to go back to manufacturing and importing their own products, because that me say and that me mean. Anyway, I'm out of here. Deuce.
Even with the Chinese and the wholesalers, when they come up and they start up their business, I think for the first 5 years they don't have to pay tax, but they found a loophole around it where they try to open up other businesses, so they just keep on going and not paying any tax. That's what I've heard. And we don't have those same privileges as Jamaicans, so it's harder for us. And it's like, obviously the government wants them here because more business, more money in the economy, more jobs. But it's just like, why can't you provide all these benefits and resources to your own people? You know, like other countries do. Like, why are you for other people and not for Jamaicans? It's kind of crazy.
I don't know how difficult it is for you, but I actually can focus on more than one thing at the same time. I can express my concern for, what these black capitalists are doing in the country in which I live. And I can also focus on what is happening with a so-called Chinese takeover in Jamaica. I can focus on those two things at the same time. With that being said, from the discourse that I've seen online, not a lot of Jamaicans are focused on this so-called Chinese takeover. Sure, people whisper, but whenever I speak or when other creators speak out and say, we should have some grace for Haitian refugees who are seeking asylum in Jamaica, and we should have some grace for people who are suffering in Jamaica, and we should be careful of how we are allowing foreign capitalists to come and take over certain industries. It's the same Jamaicans at home who are attacking us. It's the same Jamaicans at home who are telling us to mind our business. I also believe that there are bigger issues at play. And one of those issues is the way in which Jamaicans, especially those at home, have been conditioned that certain things are the way they are and should stay the way they are. It's the way how Jamaicans at home have been conditioned to believe that certain people belong in certain tier. And that is why I have seen a surprising number of people to me who are very unconcerned and very supportive of this takeover that you speak of, which is why I'm leaving it alone. I thought about making a video about it, but I'm leaving it alone because the last time I spoke up on here about how certain people were basically trivializing our black culture and trying to whitewash our culture on this here platform, it was Jamaicans, many black Jamaicans who came to their defense against me. So I have learned my lesson, and I'm going to leave you all to deal with that takeover. While I can, acknowledge that there are certain things that I am uncomfortable with, for the most part, I'm going to leave the Jamaicans to figure this one out.
Hello guys, welcome back once again. I really hope you watched the full clip and you have all seen the reason why a lot of Chinese people are living in Jamaica. In Jamaica, they say out of many we are one, and the reason why maybe these Chinese who are living in Jamaica are these Chinese investors, because we all know there is Chinese Jamaica who were born and raised in Jamaica. There are Indian Jamaicans. Jamaica is made of mixed race, and a lot of people and a lot of Jamaicans, they have came out in large number and they have really complained this thing of how these Chinese investors, imagine they are coming to Jamaica, they are being given 5 years free of taxes to start a business in Jamaica, and whereas a local person in Jamaica, if he or she want to start a business, she must pay taxes. And a lot of Jamaicans have really came out and they're really questioning the Jamaican government. Why are you doing this to maybe local investors? Why are you doing this to visitors? And this is our land, this is our country. Why can't you do the same to us? And we all know these people, they are coming to our country, they are making our country develop, they are making our country to improve infrastructure. But why can't you also consider us as we are the local people of this country, and we also need the right also to start a business without paying tax? Because whenever these Chinese people come to Jamaica, they start their business and they are being given 5 years free without paying tax. And the reason why maybe a lot of Jamaicans, they have really came out and they are angry is that these people, you can't compete with them. Whenever they open a shop, they are lowering the prices. Imagine if you are local Jamaica, you are paying taxes, and the prices, you can't compete with them because of how they are lowering the prices. And these Chinese, they really came out in large number and they are saying that their life is in danger. A lot of Jamaicans, they really came out and they are really warning them to go back to China. Because tell me why, or tell me if there's any black person or any Jamaican black person can go to China and maybe start a business there. It's so kinda much impossible, or so kinda difficult. If there is one, it's so very rare, or it's only one black people who can go and start a business in China. But for them, they have really came out to Jamaica, they have really taken over, and a lot of people are really saying that in 2 years to come, maybe these people will colonize Jamaica. But we are not praying so, because Jamaica, we can't allow to be colonized by maybe Chinese people. If they are also have taken all over, they have taken all over the business, they should also consider the local people. Because the local people are saying that if these people are coming to our country, they're opening their business, they don't want to employ our black people, they just want to employ the China people. There was a certain hotel whereby a Chinese person built the hotel, and he really came out and said that there's no any black person or any Jamaican will go to that hotel. The Jamaican took the matters into their hand, because they really saw that the government can't do anything, and they really went ahead and they burned that hotel into ashes. And this is the reason why maybe a lot of Chinese people are saying that they're so much in danger, and we really don't know if they will be back to Jamaica, because they have really came out in large number and they're moving out of Jamaica because they feel like their life is in danger. And Jamaican people are so happy because they feel like they will have that freedom maybe to start a business, they will have that freedom to move out freely. Because these people all know Jamaica is not a home of racism, Jamaica is not a home of hatred, Jamaica is not a country whereby you will go there, visit there, maybe people show some form of hatred. Jamaican people, they say that they usually experience some form of hatred to these visitors, or those people, or those tourists who are coming to Jamaica. But these people, whenever they go there, they don't want to respect Jamaican culture, they don't want to respect Jamaican food or their music. And one thing, if you want just Jamaican maybe to hate you, maybe talk bad about their music, talk bad about their culture, or maybe their track and field athletics. Because these people, they really believe in these people, they have really believe in the athletics, track and field athletics. They really believe in the music, because it really influenced a lot of people outside there, it really influenced a lot of countries outside there. And this is the reason why, or this is the things that are really making Jamaica to be the most influential country in the Caribbean, because of how they have good music, because of how they have the athletics who are inspiring youth outside there. And tell me how you can go to this country and start disrespecting these people culture. Tell me how you can go to this country and maybe start showing some form of hatred toward them. They will hate you. And this is the reason why maybe Jamaicans, they came out in large number and they're saying that these people, they need to pack their things and go back to China, because we won't tolerate such kind of nonsense, we won't tolerate such kind of things. Because if they come to Jamaica, let them respect us, let them respect their cultures, our culture, let them do whatever we want them to do, but not just come there and maybe treat us like we are visitors. We are not the visitors, we are the owner of this country. And if they can come to this country and they want to live in there with peace, let them just respect what we are telling them, respect our culture, respect our music, and respect everything they want. So guys, really hope this message will reach to a lot of people, especially those maybe visitors or tourists that are going to neighboring country. If you go to any country, respect anything they do. And if it was for the first time I come across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for your time. May God bless you whenever you are. One love.